Hey guys, so we are on a new year. Let's explore what games we are getting this month. January is starting a little bit slow, but I got 9 games and 1 DLC that you can expect to launch on PlayStation really soon. The first one is Wuthering Waves. Is the latest free-to-play gacha game in the same vein as Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. And this one promises us a rich story world with RPG mechanics and a high degree of freedom. It has your character joining with some other characters as resonators, and you can also collect some echoes of the enemies that you defeat and command them in battle. Now, people love these gacha games. Wuthering Waves was one of the 5 finalists at the Players' Voice Award in the Game Awards last year, and it's also one of the first free-to-play games of the year. This one was already out on PC and mobile, and it's out since January 2nd on PS5. After that we have Freedom Wars Remastered. This is the remaster of the PS Vita game that launched back in 2014 by Dims Corporation and the now defunct Sony Japan studio. It puts you in a distant future where all of the resources on Earth have been depleted, and just being alive is a sin of itself. After you are born, you are like sentenced to millions of years in prison, and you have to work doing different missions to lower that sentence. These missions are you team up in missions that are kind of like similar to a Monster Hunter. You are like teaming with other people online to take on different towering beasts, and that way you are reducing that number that you are born with in terms of like the years you are sentenced to prison. Now, this remaster specifically, Sony still owns the IP rights to this game, but director Takashi Tsukamoto from Dims Corporation said they were exploring to make a sequel, and they are bringing this remaster as part of that. And they licensed the IP from Sony, and Bandai Namco is the one supporting them as a publisher. Now, for this remaster, it will have like high-res textures, 4K resolution, also added difficulty settings, and some overhaul weapon crafting. It's coming out on January 10 and it's releasing for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Next we have Dynasty Warriors Origins, which is the return of the hack and slash Musou series since Dynasty Warriors 9 in 2018, that was launched for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And it's the debut of the series on next-gen hardware. The story takes place in the Three Kingdoms and in the vast mainland of China, and it pits different heroes together. Now you control a nameless hero that must team up with other allies in tactical battles and clash against these massive armies that are signature of the series. This one is coming for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on January 17. Also on January 17 we have Tales of Graces F Remastered, which is a remaster of the 2010 game that launched back on the Wii and PS3. And it brings the classic action RPG that it's all about fantasy worlds and overcoming obstacles through friendship and determination. This one takes place in the world of Ephenia, and for this remaster it includes new quality of life improvements such as autosave, skip functions, and you can also turn off enemy encounters in fields and dungeons, plus all the released DLCs. It's coming out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. After that we have another remaster in Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. This one coming from Aspire Media, who has been reviving classic franchises through these remasters. And this one is the PlayStation Classic platforming beat 'em up that launched back in the 2000s, and it lets you play as different characters from the Episode 1, like Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and among others. It also has all of the previously locked characters available from the start, like Darth Maul, Captain Panaka, Queen Amidala, and others. And you can play either solo or join a friend in co-op to go through different classic enemies from the Star Wars Episode 1 menace as well, like droids, assassins, and other creatures. This remaster also includes classic and modern controls, and it's coming out on January 23rd for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Moving on, we have Eternal Strands, which is the first game for a new Canadian studio formed by industry veterans from BioWare and Ubisoft. And it may look to you similar to Immortals Phoenix Rising, and if that's the case, it's because it's from the same people that work on the original on that original game. Now, Immortals didn't set the world on fire for Ubisoft; it didn't meet their expectations, so that's why they moved some of the resources to other games, and the people that left formed Yellow Brick Games and started working on this game. Now, what the director said for the Immortals Phoenix Rising sequels is that it was going to be some sort of a mix between Wind Waker and Elden Ring. And you can see some of that influence here, like you have to fight these towering monsters. So you play as Breen, who is some sort of weaver that wants to recover her people's cultural home after unleashing some sort of enemy that is threatening their land. Now you use different magical abilities and weapons and even the environment to face different enemies that go from humanoid constructs to huge beasts, and you can also use some of their own powers against them. For example, you can use a dragon's fiery breath against some of ice minions, and it also has that strategical element to combat. So this one is coming out on January 28th for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Our next game is Tales of Iron 2 Whiskers of Winter. Now, the first game in this series was part of the PlayStation Plus April 2023 monthly lineup, and the critics define this series some sort of half The Witcher and half Game of Thrones if it was starred by anthropomorphic characters. Now, it sets you on a snow-ravaged kingdom as Arlo, who is the heir of the Warden of the Waste, and you have to embark on this epic RPG quest to take on different giant beasts and even bandits while mastering some brutal combat, upgrading weapons, and also your settlement, which will allow you to gain even new weapons and abilities. And the key to this title is that it's narrated by RPG legend Doug Cockle, who is the voice for Geralt in all of the Witcher games. So this one is coming out on January 28th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Now, after that, we don't have a new game but a DLC, which is Enchantment Under the Sea for Atomic Heart, which is a game that launched back in 2023 and was one of the highlights then. It's kind of like Bioshock, but it takes place on an alternate version of the Soviet Union. It's the same first-person action, and you also have different powers that you can use with your hands. Now, this DLC is the third one for the series, and it lets players continue the main storyline with the twins, and also takes place while you investigate the depths of Facility 3826, bringing returning characters and new ones as well, new abilities, and for anyone who has the season pass, you will be getting also 2 new weapons. So this one is coming for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC on January 28th as well. Our next game is Sniper Elite Resistance, which is not exactly Sniper Elite 6, but a spin-off that is coming after 5 that came out in 2022 and a VR game that came out in 2023. And it has a story that runs parallel to Sniper Elite 5. And here you control a special operations agent called Harry Hawker, who is trying to stop and eliminate a Nazi threat. Now, the game offers the sniping mechanics that you can expect from the series, as well as some stealth and tactical third-person combat. And it also has the visceral X-ray kill cams that looks like some sort of a fatality from Mortal Kombat that the series has been known for. And it also has some advanced gunplay with some authentic weapons from World War II. Now, this game, besides offering a single-player adventure, it also has something that is not seen in these action games recently, and that is a 16-player online multiplayer that has competitive and also survival wave modes. And it's coming on January 30 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC. And after that, we have Marvel's Spider-Man 2 with Insomniac, Nixxes, SIG, and Marvel Games teaming up to bring the game to PC. Now, Spider-Man 2 letting you play as both Peter and Miles as they have to team up against the symbiote and Kraven the Hunter, while also balancing their lives, friendship, and all of the like protecting the city. Now, sadly, this PC announcement came with the news that, or the bad news that there was not going to be any future DLC for the game, despite we knowing that there was some DLC in the works from like the Insomniac leak that happened back in 2023. Now the PC version, they haven't said about the features, but it will likely have all of the stuff that you can expect from a PlayStation PC port, and that is like ultra wide support, NVIDIA DLSS, DLAA, maybe even Reflex, AMD FSR, and also Intel XeSS support, plus all of the customization options that you can expect as well. And this one is coming on January 30 and will be launching on Steam and Epic Games. And there you go, those are 9 games and 1 DLC that are coming in January. Now, which of these games are you looking forward to? And did I miss any games that you are looking forward to that were not mentioned here? Let me know about them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more PlayStation videos like this. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.